Do you know why General Grievous is doing this? He's being assaulted by the Ithorian Jedi Roron Korob's Force Bellow attack, an attack that buried him in a pile of rubble earlier. But this time, he turtled up and just started walking towards them. In the end, he doesn't even reach them, and for a brief moment just lets them run. But why? In this video, I'm going to show you how General Grievous from the 2003 Clone Wars miniseries by Genndy Tartakovsky follows in the footsteps of Jedi killers like HK-47 and Atton Rand.
People say killing Jedi is hard. It's not.
Grievous received his training from Count Dooku. Dooku is similar to Revan in the sense that they're both ex-Jedi. Because of their understanding of the Jedi, they're able to concoct strategies that non-Force users can use against Jedi. Revan taught techniques to people so they could ideally capture Jedi.
If Revan couldn't convert Jedi, Revan would kill them. So Revan trained elite Sith units into assassination squads, whose duty was to go out and capture enemy Jedi. I was in one of the special units trained to do this.
Dooku, on the other hand, wasn't teaching Grievous how to capture Jedi, nor was he teaching him how to fight Jedi. Dooku was teaching Grievous how to kill Jedi. In Volume 2 of the Clone Wars miniseries, we get to see Dooku instructing Grievous, first in fundamental lightsaber combat. He tells him to use unorthodox attacks, control your opponent's central line, and to destroy their focus. Destroying a Jedi combatant's focus can be applied outside of hand-to-hand combat.
People say killing Jedi is hard. It's not. You just have to be smart about it. No blasters, no getting close to them, no attacking them directly when you can gun down their allies instead.
If I see one more idiot attacking a Jedi with a blaster pistol, then I'll kill them myself.
There's ways of gassing them, drugging them, making them lose control, torturing them.
Select grenades, sonic screamers, cluster rockets, and plasma charges. Mines are also effective, since many Jedi will run to meet you in hand-to-hand combat. Silly Jedi.
Set mines. Set a lot of them. Fire gas grenades. But make sure they have magnetic lock targeters, so Jedi can't force push them back.
Gas attacks are effective if you can take the Jedi by surprise. Inhalation is less effective than ones that work on skin contact, as some Jedi seem to be able to hold their breath for long periods of time. Cautionary. Still, don't rely on it, since Jedi can fight off the effects. It just distracts them, leaving them open to another avenue of attack.
But it's after their sparring match that Dooku reminds the General of the most effective weapon against Jedi.
The erosion of the spirit.
If you're to succeed in combat against the best of the Jedi, you must have fear, surprise, and intimidation on your side.
That when fighting a Jedi, you wound the Padawan first, then let the rest take care of itself. Not only will the Master move to protect the student, but the forced bond between the two will mess up the Master's head better than any stab wound.
A technique that Revan used frequently was to attack a Jedi indirectly. This method only works if the Jedi is adhering to the self-destructive path of pacifism and sacrifice. Kill their allies or place them in jeopardy. Many Jedi will leave themselves exposed in order to protect another.
What if any one element is lacking? It would be best for you to retreat. You must break them before you engage them.
Revan claimed that psychological warfare against Jedi was important because much of their power comes from their state of mind, their connection to this religion called the Force. When a Jedi or any soldier suffers doubt, it weakens them. With the Jedi, however, it is more pronounced, since they are extreme examples.
Throughout the series, whenever Grievous engages Jedi, he follows Count Dooku's teachings to the letter. From before we even get to see him on screen for the first time,
Jedi.
He announces to the Jedi that he's coming to kill them.
I will grant a warrior's death. Prepare.
Intimidation.
We know that Grievous can move quieter, but instead...
That noise.
He makes sure that they can hear him, but not see him.
Fear.
So much fear that he breaks the Jedi Padawan.
Surprise!
He follows this up by opening sections of his armor plating, making him look even more menacing. Later on, he doesn't have them open, meaning he only did it for one reason.
Intimidation.
They all get a good look at him before he again leaves their sight.
Countering their other powers is more difficult. Confession, I do not fully understand their other abilities, but I do know that many of them require that the Jedi know that you are there and can see you.
Surprise! Control my central line. Use the unorthodox. Master, destroy my focus. Surprise!
This fight occurred at the end of Volume 1. The production team remained true to the character before any of what he was taught was explained to us in Volume 2. That being said, however, one element of his teachings was only added in Volume 2.
Because I think George hadn't really locked down exactly what he wanted to do with the character for Grievous.
Yeah, and the way George pitched Grievous to me was that he's kind of one of those old, B-serial villains where he does something bad and then he, twirls his mustache and runs off. He always escapes.
But before that, we had been told that he's like this ruthless, totally capable Jedi killer.
Right.
So it's like, well...
Yeah, I think he was still kind of working it
out.
Yeah.
So what we did is we just had Dooku explain, this is why... And for us, and to also explain to the audience who may have been concerned or wondering after seeing the first batch, like how he could take on these Jedi.
Dooku instructs Grievous to retreat if he's missing any of the elements he defined as essential against Jedi. Supposedly, this part was added specifically to tone Grievous down and explain his retreat from Obi-Wan in Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. In the film, Grievous states that he was trained by Count Dooku, but exhibits almost none of his teachings. If he did, he would have either retreated right away or after realizing that his lightsaber spin attack failed to intimidate Obi-Wan, leaving the army of droids that surrounded Kenobi to cover his escape. They may have even been able to kill the Jedi.
Overwhelming odds is also a good tactic, Master. There are few Jedi that can long hold their ground against 100 attackers all firing at once.
If you want to be able to explain it away, you could say that Grievous grew overconfident from all the Jedi he slew. You can take what he says in a more literal fashion.
I've been trained in your Jedi arts by Count Dooku.
He was trained in Jedi martial arts, but nothing more than that, nothing specific about how to kill Jedi. You can even say that the 2003 Clone Wars isn't canon anyway. It's up to you. In the 2008 The Clone Wars, however, he most definitely did not follow any of Dooku's teachings, except for maybe retreating. Either way, if you ask me, whether it's Episode 3 or The Clone Wars from 2008, it's as if he was never trained by Count Dooku at all. Do you know now why Grievous is doing this? He needs to cover fear, surprise, and intimidation. He manages to cover all three in one move. Intimidation. The attack that managed to delay him earlier no longer works. He's actively walking towards them now despite the Force Bellow. Surprise. He can do this with his body too, on top of everything we saw him do before, like spinning the lightsabers. And fear, specifically of the unknown. If he can do this with his body as well, what else can he do?